The kingdom of heaven operates like a man in a field. God creates man, puts him in his field, the garden. The most important thing for you to figure out is, where's your field? Because you might be laboring in someone else's field. It's the problem we have in churches. Churches building on other people's field. That's why the Apostle Paul says that he did not labor on another man's field, work. Kingdom of heaven operates with you finding your field. Once you find your field, then it's important for you to understand that everything spiritual operates like seed in a field. Now that I have my field, I need to plant in that field. That field needs to be planted with spiritual seed in order for me to get a harvest. So the first thing I need to find out is, what's my field? Then I need to plant spiritual field. And then every field is governed by cycles. Every field is governed by cycles. Cycles of sowing, cycles of harvest. I don't have time to get into this, but God prepared Israel with an understanding of cycles. Cycles of the moon, cycles of the Torah, cycles of the feast every single year going through it. Every 3.5 years they would roll the Torah back and begin from the beginning, because it wasn't about just reading it once, it was about added revelation. Jesus says, my covenant is not in place of the old covenants. We are just another ring, a cycle. It is built on the other. And so God communicates to Israel with a cyclical understanding that life is lived in cycles, not on a linear plane. The past is important to the present, and the present is important to the future, and time repeats itself because time is nothing more than a circle. And what I sow today, I will have a harvest of tomorrow. If I don't like a harvest, change what I sow today. The harvest is nothing more than a symbol of the seed. Stop putting your seed, spiritual seed, under natural laws. Make sure your spiritual seed is put under spiritual laws. Everything good? I don't have time to go more than this. God's obsessed with growth. Everything that doesn't grow, he considers it to be barren. Jesus sees a fig tree, Matthew chapter 21:19. It has leaves, but it has no fruit. He comes to it and says, because you have no fruit, I will curse this tree, and it will never again bear fruit. He's obsessed with fruit. He's given a picture to the disciples that you need to be concerned about fruit. To the church, he desires that you have fruit. He has an expectation of fruit over your life. Spiritual fruit and natural fruit. Is everything good? Jesus' cry for his bride is found in John chapter 15, verse 5. I am the vine. You are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me you can do nothing. You want to glorify God? God is not glorified. Wait, hear me with this. In your worship. There's not a scripture verse that says God is glorified in your worship. It says that he comes and dwells in your worship. But heaven is surrounded with worship. God doesn't lack people to worship him. Are you with me? So when you worship him, that's not giving him glory. That's actually helping you get in the right place to receive seed from heaven. Worship is an alignment that gets you right, so that you could magnify him, so that he could be bigger in your life. Jesus said, herein is my Father glorified, verse 8, that you bear much fruit. Your fruit, when you come to him and you bring fruit, that glorifies him. Don't come to him and say, praise ye the Lord, empty-handed. He says, where's my fruit? Where's my fruit? Don't say Shandai. I say shut up and give me some fruit. Don't think you can appease me with words. You're a field, and I expect you to bear fruit. And I have planted seed in that soil. And I have expectation of a harvest. When I see the fruit, I am glorified. That's what Jesus said. Herein is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit.